we want to be our real self, then what's the map or the 3 steps for that?
So in the pain model framing, so your pain experience gets trapped in this loop. And it's frozen here up here when it's frozen. So an adversary, an abuser, it'll trigger the experience of the pain, and then you'll have either a fight or flight response to it. When you have a fight or flight response to it, it refreezes the pain because your false self is a container, a fake container, a temporary container, to not feel the pain because you had a bigger emergency. You had to be a parent for your parent, or you had to hold your feelings in. So this false self is a structure to hold the pain in. So the new abuser triggers your false self to fall apart a little, which gets the pain experience to be reintegrated, or to re-trigger. So the idea is to stay at the pain experience, to stay at the pain and hold space for the pain, or have a new container. So instead of you judging it right here and adding story, trying to fix it through your judgment, that's what self-help would do. You would judge it, make it a better story. You would control the pain. You would do something to manipulate, get in the way of the pain. When you do that, you just reinforce the false self. So the way out is to hold space over here to let the pain go through your system. If you can't hold space, then you can use me or use somebody else to talk out your pain. And now you're using 2 people, or you're using the group. So sometimes when I trigger somebody, I try to keep them in the pain, limit the judging, and just create more space. So now the container is now the group, or me in the group, or it's outside of them. So that allows the pain to be felt more with low fear. So that's compassion, empathy. And that opens up transformation and emergent property. So that's the confrontation to rebirth, to recovery here. It's trying to get a fight between the judging and the hold space.
Okay.
So the ability to hold space is developing the muscle of love. So when Grannon was presenting it today, it was sort of simplistic. This muscle of love...
I need to be uninterfered with. I need my freedom. I need to hold my individual space. I need to be uninterfered with.
This is something you build.
Freedom. I need to hold my individual
And it's not
space.
just this. Love is the ability to observe your thoughts.
Your thoughts. You're not being your thoughts. Observing your thoughts. You're not being your thoughts. Observing.
It's getting beneath your content.
You're not being other people's content, and you're not being your own content. You're observing. You're not being other people's content, and you're not being your own content. You're observing. You're not being other people.
So your meditation practices, your awareness practices are building your observer muscle. Your observer muscle, to stay with the experience and not interfere, is holding space. That's what they say when they say don't judge. Or that's what they mean when they say don't judge. But mindfulness people judge their judgment. So they're not judging. They're using their judgment to try not to judge. They're trying to judge to the right way. Or they're trying to not judge to the right way. That's not judging. Not judging is holding space. That's being an observer. That's allowing experience to happen. That's getting out of the way. Where I simplify it with this.
Just don't put stuff out there. 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 Just don't put stuff out there.
Oh,
Just
that's
don't
stuck.
put stuff out.
So you develop the muscle of observing, of holding space. And that develops compassion, being alongside somebody in sympathy, instead of trying to manipulate, control, interfere, masturbate on people. You're next to them having compassion. You're next to your inner child. So you're doing shadow work next to your inner child, being compassionate. And that opens the door for transformation. And then you're engaging, you would call that confrontation in a pain model. And then you open up for rebirth. And this is the same model of chronic pain. So that's where I have that. And then this is where a more complicated model of how the narcissist does a 1, 2, 3. They hook you through judgment. Then they add the shame judgment. Then they gaslight you here with 3. And then you just do 1, 2, 3. Then codependents do 1, 2, 3 the other way around. They open up the pain by adding pity. And then they cycle. So both codependent and narcissist false self are just looping, reinforcing false self to contain pain. So if you just get out of the way and become an observer, thank the person who gave you the pain, because the person who gave you the pain gave you the opening. They opened this pain experience, which allows you the opportunity to hold space. It's all space. That's a shadow. That's why the shadow is so scary, because it's space. It's unknown. You get good at holding space, integrating more of your shadow, more space. Then you see that you're not just the stuff in the space. You're also the stuff that's about to be in the space. You're in the space that holds all the stuff. And then you can mess with other people's space and your space, and then now you have space wars and Jedi mind tricks.
Yeah, no, I was just thanking my wife for creating the pain that allowed me to develop self-compassion.
It's a gift. Because if you don't accept the gift, God's going to give it to you again and again and again and again. You dump the gift and return it back to your wife. You're more prone to find a new narcissist in the future that's going to take you down worse. Because you're not in control. That's where, yeah. Granted, it's gone on about humility. Too many people go to therapy entitled. I want therapy this way. I don't want to go here. I don't want to go there. I don't want to feel this. I want it this way. They're ordering the therapist around, dictating the terms of healing. That's not how healing works.
Yeah, I think humility is the first step. The realization that this is beyond me.